Welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can apply RGB inverted filter to live camera preview in Expo React Native for Android using CameraX as well as Media 3 effect, and we will be capturing the image as well. So let's get started. So first, before we do anything, I'll show you guys the output. So here I have recorded the output. So I'll just play this video. So here you can see first it is asking me for camera permission. I have given it the camera permission. Now here you can see this is the RGB inverted filter. This is how it looks like. Now I'll just click on this capture button. Even the capture button is from native code, and once the capture has been clicked, it is displaying the image inside an image view. Now all the code which is related to the live camera preview as well as capture button as well as image capture is done by native code. I am not using any third-party library for this. So let's get started. So first you need to create a Expo React Native project using by running this command. If you want, so I have already created one project. So this is my project. Here you can see this is just a cheat sheet which I have created because there are some steps which you need to do first to create a project. So here you can see I'll just paste this link. So there are different ways to create an Expo React Native project. I have used this blank TypeScript because it has less boilerplate code and it also has TypeScript support. That's why. Okay, so first you need to run this command to create a project. Once you have created a project, then you need to run this command. Now this particular tutorial is only for Android, so we will be concentrating only on Android. So I'll just open this. You need to do some setups. Here you need to select Android device. Here you need to select development build. Expo Go, do not select Expo Go, it will not work for this case. We need to write native code for this. Then I am on macOS. Select your own operating system. I have already installed Watchman. I have already installed Casual. So you need to run all this command. You need to set Java Home as well. If you have not set Android, never set up Android Studio, you need to set up Android Studio as well. Then you need to run this commands as well, and then you need to run this command as well. So this is very important. Again, make sure you cd to your application and then run this command. Otherwise you might run this command outside your application directory. So run this command inside your application directory, so it will install this dependency inside your package.json, and then you need to run this command. So once this command is finished running, you should see this Android folder being created inside your Expo React Native application. Okay, once that is done, then you need to go to this particular. I have already ran this because I don't want to waste time. Then again you need to go to this URL because we need to create a separate native module where we will be writing native code. Okay, so for this first you need to run this command. Again, you should already be inside your project, so make sure inside the root of your React Native or Expo project and run this command. So it will ask you some questions. Just press enter. It asks you for module name and all that. I have kept everything as default, so just press enter. Okay, and then yeah, I think that should be it. We don't require any pod install, so you just need to run this command. That's it. You don't require pod installation and all that because we are not doing it for iOS. This is only for Android. So once this is done, you should see a modules folder as well, and it should contain this my module. If you have named it differently, you will see a different module name. Okay, then let's see how to go about this. So first you need to go to modules, my modules, go to src, go to my module .type.ts. you need to come to this file. Now this particular code was present by default. I have not added this. So with the help of this itself, because like I said, we will be writing native code, right? Once the image has been captured, we need to send the captured image URL back to Expo side, right? So I will be making use of this URL itself. The only thing which I have changed is I have commented this particular thing out because I don't we are not really passing a prop. So this, don't get confused, this is a prop which is accepted by your native React Native component, but we are not sending any prop, and this is the actual data which is sent from native side to Expo side. Okay, so don't get confused because of these two URLs. So we are not sending any props, so I have commented this, and instead of onload event, I have taken it as on image taken. Now you could have taken this onload event as well, but onload does not make any sense. I wanted to give some better naming conventions. That's why I have taken it as on image taken event. Okay, and this style prop was present, this style thing was present by default. I have not changed anything. Okay, then you need to go to my module.view.tsx And here also I don't think I have changed anything. Just cross check if this looks the same in your case as well. I have not changed anything as far as I can recall. Once that is done, you need to go to the main Android folder. You need to go to build.gradle, and here we need to add few dependencies. So first one is this camera core, then camera 2, and camera lifecycle, then the camera view, then camera media 3 effect. This is still in alpha at the time of me recording this video. Then the media 3 effect dependency, as well as this Android X app compat dependency as well. Okay, so make sure you add this entire bit of code. Now one more thing, I am using the latest Expo version, so I am also showing you guys the Expo version 53.0.20. I think behind the scene it uses React Native. Okay, so they have still not upgraded to React Native 80, which is kind of sad. I thought React Native 80 is already out, like it's almost been a month, but unfortunately they have not updated. Expo has not updated to React Native 80. I don't know what's there, what's stopping them from updating, but anyways, just to give you a heads up, I don't think there will be any breaking changes as such once they upgrade it to React Native 80, the Expo guys. Okay, then just go to src main, then Java, then here you need to go to mymodule.kt. First thing which you need to do, you need to add this particular import over here. Okay, and you need to add this particular annotation. Now why we need to do this? Because this media 3 effect, so this media 3 is still in alpha at the time of me recording this video. Like I said, if it does become stable, make sure you use the stable version. But sometimes what happens is that even for stable versions of library, the APIs are not stable. That's why we need to add this particular annotation at least at the time of me recording this video. Hopefully you don't need to add this in future. Okay, then let's just scroll down, and here I have made few changes. So firstly you will see this prop. Like I said, we are not passing any prop, so I have commented this out. So this / means commented out code in Kotlin, and also I have commented this event out. So in our case the event is not on load, it is on image taken, right? That's what change we did inside the types.ts file. That's why I have changed it over here as well, and I have commented this particular part out. Now the entire bit of code, the important code, will reside inside this mymoduleView.kt. Now before I show you guys this particular bit of code, there is some other thing which I need to show, otherwise I'll forget. Just go to the Android folder, app, src main, android manifest.xml, and here firstly you need to add this uses feature of Android hardware camera, as well as this camera permission. We also require this write external storage permission, but this was present by default when I created the Expo React Native project, so I didn't have to add it again. Okay, so make sure you add these 2 lines of codes as well. In case write external storage is missing in future versions of Expo React Native, make sure you add this permission as well. Then let's come over here. So firstly this is my package name. Okay, now there are lot of imports, so feel free to pause the video and just copy all this import. I'll simply scroll through this file. Okay, I'll simply scroll. Now here the reason is why we were writing unstable over here inside this mymodule.kt, because this particular inside myModuleView we will be using the actual media 3 effect API, which is unstable, right? That's why we have to annotate this class with unstable. Now given that this myModuleView is used inside mymodule.kt, that's why mymodule.kt is also needs to be annotated with unstable. So hopefully you got the point. Then here we get hold of our on image taken event. By default you will see some code inside this myModuleView. It could be related, it will be related to web view. They give us an example of web view. I have removed all that code, so just keep this line as well as the curly brace at the end and remove all the default code which is present in this particular file. So first we get hold of this on image taken. Here we get hold of our activity as well. Then here I have created a one frame layout because I want both the camera preview as well as the button, right? That's why here we get hold of our frame layout. Then here is our camera preview view image capture. Here we get hold of our create our capture button as well. This viewfinder is the camera preview view. Then here we initialize camera executor, process camera provider as well. Here we get the back facing lens. Here we initialize our frame layout, which is added to the parent view. Then here we set the layout params for our viewfinder, and here we call this install hierarchy filter. I'll come back to this in a bit. Okay, then we add the viewfinder to our frame layout. Then we set the text background color, text color alpha to our button as well, and then add this button params to our capture button as well. Then we add this capture button to our frame layout. Then we add a click listener to our capture button. Then inside on attached to window, if we have the camera permission, then we set up the camera, and on detach from window we just shut down our camera executor as well as unbind our camera provider. Just let me, okay. Then here we call this install hierarchy filter. The reason why we need to call this, if you want you can go to this particular issue. So this issue has been open in React Native's repos since past 8 years. They still have not fixed it. That's the reason why we need to use this particular hack, so that if you don't use this hack you will just see a black screen, you will not see the camera preview. That's why we need to use this. Then here we go get hold of our camera provider feature, we add a listener to it, we bind the camera use case. Then here we get the width and height of our preview. Then here we get hold of our camera provider. Then here is our camera selector. Here is the aspect ratio strategy as well as resolution selector. Here we initialize our preview view. Here we initialize our image capture. Here is our use case group builder as well, where we add preview use case as well as image capture use case. Here we initialize the media 3 effect, and here we just add this effect. So this is the main part, RGB filter dot create inverted filter. So this is the RGB inverted filter which we are applying. Then here we add the media 3 effect to our use case group builder. We unbind our camera provider, we bind it to the life cycle, then we just assign it to our camera variable. Then here we call take photo. Here we get hold of our image capture. Here we just call simple date format. Here we pass our content values, create our content values where we pass the display name, MIME type, and if Android version greater than P we also set the relative path. Then here we have this image capture dot output file options as well. Then we do image capture dot take picture, passing in the output option. So here we get the overrider method which gives us the URI of the captured image. So this is the actual URI, and to send it back to React Native side or to Expo side we use this on image taken event which we have defined at the top. And then here we unbind our camera provider. This is just a helpful method just to check whether we have the camera permission or not. And here I have just defined some variable tag as well as file name format. Okay, now that's all done. Now the only simple part is you just need to go to app.tsx over here. Now here you need to add all this import, so make sure you add all this imports. If you have given your module name differently you will have to change this import as well. Then here I have defined one state for image URL, one state for camera permission as well. And here I am checking whether the Android version is greater than equal to 10. I mean the platform version, but Android version greater than 10, greater than equal to 10. The reason is from Android version 10 we don't require the write external storage permission. Now here I have just defined one method. Depending on the Android version we are requesting the appropriate permission, and once the permission has been granted we just change this state of this particular variable. Now we are calling this method inside use effect as well. Now if image URI is not equal to empty, then we show the image using the image element or the image component. And if image URI which is empty at the start and if camera permission is given, then we display the camera preview as well as the capture button with the help of this my module view. Once the image is taken, it comes a call, it gives us callback over here, and here we just have a text saying camera permission not granted, and these are all the styles for it. So yeah, that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.